832. Y'all already know how Jimmy J Smooth do. Quick video for Quincy Jones, shucking and jiving ass. Gonna go to bed early in this motherfucker. Under the weather again. This fucking weather out here in Houston, I tell you. But anyway, enough of that. Quincy Jones shucking and jiving ass. He had an interview and he was spilling tea, throwing Richard Pryor under the bus, Marvin Gaye under the bus, Marlon Brando under the bus, as well as um, Michael Jackson under the bus. Now he said that Marlon Brando, Marvin Gaye, and James Baldwin fucked each other. You know, Marlon Brando fucked these three black men. And then on top of that, he went on Michael Jackson talking about that Michael Jackson cheated the famous keyboardist slash synthesizer pianist Greg Philligane out of his royalties. I think it was Want to Be Starting Something. He said he cheated him out of his royalties and stuff like that. And I shouldn't say cheat him out of his royalties. He he uh he what the word I'm looking for? I'm sorry about pausing. He he stole the song was his exact words. Let's unpack. He stole some shit. Now you being a producer, didn't you steal some people's shit? Didn't you do something similar? I mean, come on, Quincy Jones. I'm about to start calling you Crispy Jones right now because your ass doing a hell of a lot of crispy cooning up in this motherfucker. Goddamn Quincy. You know, even if Richard Pryor, we know James Baldwin was gay for sure. But even if Richard Pryor was gay, even if Marvin Gaye was gay, these motherfuckers been dead for I don't know how long. And even if this was true, who gives a shit? I know I don't. Let me just be very clear. I don't give a shit if Richard Pryor or Marvin Gaye or any of those dudes are gay. If I didn't know about it when they was alive, who gives a fuck at this point? This nigga sound like this dude doing a lot of tap dancing up in this motherfucker. You know, this motherfucker did a lot of tap dancing. You know, So Quincy Jones is cooning it up. I mean, why would you waste your life cooning? Fucking up your fucking legacy. Then you're saying something about Michael Jackson. You went in on people who couldn't speak for them fucking selves. But Quincy Jones, I stood up to you when Tupac Shakur had threw you under the bus. And that makes me wonder. Did Tupac was Tupac saying some real shit? Because my brother Purvis Payne, shout out to Purvis Payne. I kind of like, I don't believe that shit. Now it's making me rehash this situation. Did you really molest some kids? Did you really take some booty hole and try to take Tupac's booty hole? I mean, come on now. What's going on with this shit? Quincy? It's making me really think, is Quincy hiding something that the whole world don't know about? For him to throw people under the bus, usually when people throw shade, they usually got something they hiding. when they throw shade against defenseless people or anybody, they usually have something they're hiding. No, look at the woke warriors. Dude, obviously hiding something. So is it something that Quincy Jones' coon ass is hiding? For him to go in on the greatest comedian of all time, the greatest entertainer of all time, arguably one of the greatest people in Marvin Gaye of all time, I don't know what the fuck is up with Quincy Jones. Is he really hiding something? For him to just randomly go in, and then he talked about how him and Ivanka Trump used to date each other. I don't give a shit about that either. Quincy Jones, you a fucking coon. You know what I'm gonna start calling you? Crispy Jones. Because that's what the fuck you did. You just fucked up your legacy. Doing this whole ass fuck shit. You know, you was already an established producer before Michael Jackson. I get that. But you didn't have to shit on his grave. You didn't have to shit on Marvin Gaye's grave. You didn't have to shit on Richard Pryor's grave. And then let me address this Richard Pryor widow money stealing bitch. Why the fuck you married this nigga when he was basically on his fucking deathbed if he was so much of a fag, per se? If he was so fucking gay, why did you fucking remarry this motherfucker? You talking about you confirmed, bitch? Who, bitch? Really? But you remarried this motherfucker. Why would you remarry a fag? Was there some money that he promised you in the process? This is some fuck shit. This is some real fuck shit. And for Quincy Jones to do this shit, what is you hiding, Quincy? Crispy? I'm gonna just call you Crispy Jones for right now. Until you make an apology and make up for what you did. What the you motherfucker ain't been relevant since the fucking 90s. Since Mad TV been on the air. You ain't been relevant since the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. You ain't been relevant since Vibe magazine was popping. What's really going on, Crispy Jones? Cause that's your motherfucking name from now on. Crispy motherfucking Jones. It ain't Quincy no more. This is the last time I will ever call you Quincy Jones. Your name is Crispy Jones. Until you apologize to black folks for saying this little hoe ass shit you just said about MJJ. You's a bitch. You's a fucking bitch. You's a fucking bitch, Crispy Jones. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself. So until this motherfucker apologizes to black folks, let me see what's up with my chat room. Give me a second, guys, because I want to make sure I see who this person. Because this shit is really starting to look like Quincy Jones did something he ain't got no business doing. Because it really looked like Quincy Jones was popping. What's popping, Zeke? I see you in there from England past the Great Papon. You got one more month for that Anthony Joshua fight. One more month, Zeke. What's popping and what's dropping? I see you, boy. But what is Crispy Jones hiding? What is Crispy Jones hiding right now? He must have been in some booty hole. Him fuck himself. For him to go in on Richard Pryor, what did Richard Pryor do to you, bitch ass nigga? I mean, Crispy Jones, what the fuck is going on? Did one of the white women that you were married to, play with your booty hole? Give you a rim job to the point to where you got in the sunken place and became a fag? Because there was a lot of faggotry going on the low in Hollywood up in this motherfucker. You sure know a lot of shit about motherfuckers taking it up the ass. So I wonder if he took it up the ass. I just really wonder. For him to spill tea, then he went in on the Beatles, which I don't give a fuck about a fucking Beatle. Let's just be let's make that clear. I don't give a fuck about the Beatles. The Beatles was whack. I'm just gonna say it. They was an average white group for all I give a shit about. And then for Paul McCartney to do that cunt move, basically, I feel like this nigga got Michael Jackson killed. I'm gonna just be honest with you. This is my feeling. I'm not saying that he did, but I feel like he did for legal purposes. Because a lot of people don't know that, but Paul McCartney got the Beatles catalog back. He made a deal with Sony and got the Beatles catalog back. So for them to take the catalog, buy the Jacksons off and take the catalog from them, that's some real cunt move. But back on Crispy Jones, what the fuck are you hiding, Crispy Jones? What the fuck are you hiding? It's something this dude hiding that either we know about in the back of our head or we it's something this motherfucker did. And then, Crispy Jones showed I agree. I agree, Zeke. I agree. I agree. And Quincy Jones is show cooning right now. So until Crispy Jones make up, come forward and apologize, his name is Crispy Jones right now. I understand you suing the Jackson estate to get your money. I get that. For you to, you couldn't have one without the other. You couldn't have Michael Jackson and Quincy Jones. You couldn't have, even though Quincy Jones was already an established producer, I get that. I understand you suing the estate for $10 million. He could have easily sued for $100. I'll give you respect for that. But for you to shit on MJ, and here's the bitch, and here's the whole ass thing. Quincy Jones was becoming irrelevant as a producer in the late 80s. He was becoming irrelevant. He wasn't irrelevant, but he was becoming irrelevant in the 80s, which is why Michael Jackson wanted to write his own material. His partnership with Rod Temperton, the late Rod Temperton, rest in peace and shout out, who wrote some of Michael Jackson's biggest hits, Thriller and I Want to Rock with You and Lady of My Life and stuff like that. Michael Jackson on the Bad album wrote most of the songs on them, wrote pretty much practically all the songs except 2 or 3 songs on the Bad album, from what I understand. Quincy Jones was pissed off about that because Michael Jackson wanted to come into his own. And the reality factor was Quincy Jones was becoming irrelevant with Michael Jackson. He took Michael Jackson as high as he could possibly take him. Anytime you make the biggest selling album in history, he took him as far as he could ever take him. You go diamond 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 times. I mean, there's no official record on Thriller. We know it's the all-time greatest selling album in history. We know that for a fact, but there's not really an official record. Some people say it was 50 million album copies. Some people say it was 60. Some people say it was 125 million. So they don't have an official record for that. That's the crazy thing about it. Because they did not have the scan system at that particular time to count the albums. They just knew that at that time it was the biggest selling album of all time. You know what I'm saying? But Quincy Jones after Thriller took Michael Jackson as far as he could take him. And the thing with Crispy Jones, Crispy Jones, Crispy Jones started becoming irrelevant. Yeah, he had the Back on the Block album. Hold on. What's going on with this motherfucker? Hold on. Okay, yeah, we're back. But no, Crispy Jones had the Back on the Block album, which became Album of the Year, his second Album of the Year award. Producer. But Crispy Jones had to go into music, not music, but into television. He had to go into magazine industry to pretty much save face because he started a record company back in the 80s. He had Tamia and stuff like that, and Tevin Campbell and those guys. And Quincy just became irrelevant. It is what it is. And Quincy Jones was upset at Michael because he wanted to write his own material. And Quincy didn't like that. So he suggested Teddy Riley, who co-wrote a lot of the songs on the Dangerous album. But the thing is, Crispy Jones it sounds like a scorn bitch. Crispy Jones sounds like a fucking scorn bitch, and he ought to be ashamed of his fucking self to even throw somebody that Michael Jackson looked up to. For you to come out with this whole ass shit like a little bitch, like a little scorn bitch. I just hate bitter critter ass, old ass Negroes. Ain't nothing worse than a bitter critter old ass Negro. A bitter critter old ass Negro ain't nothing worse than a bitter critter old ass Negro. I mean, this is crazy, man. And I hope, I don't know, man. I just didn't do my hands up at Crispy Jones, man, because Crispy Jones is really he really own one, man. Crispy Jones is really irrelevant right now, man. And he's been for a while in terms of the music industry, man. And this motherfucker right here, he needs to get a bottle of sit your ass down. Or better yet, get a bottle of drop fucking dead. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, there's no reason for you to you know, air out dirty laundry, especially about people who can't really defend themselves. That's just straight up bitch made. I've never seen no bitch made shit. And you 83 years old doing bitch made shit. That's why your name is going to be Crispy Jones. And if you die, die keeping that name, so fucking be it, dude. I mean, my God, this is some crazy shit. I mean, Crispy Jones really he need to drink a full bottle of sit your ass fucking down. I mean, real talk. Never seen no old ass dude just shucking and jiving and tap dancing. So I'm finna go on and much love, Ty Legacy, Elm City. What's popping and what's dropping? You know what I'm saying? So Elm City and Ty Legacy. You know what I'm saying in the building. Yeah, Quincy Jones need to sit his ass down somewhere, throwing Michael Jackson and other legends under the bus. Even if them dudes was playing Dookie Chasers or playing Hershey Highway, I don't give a fuck. Let me enjoy me. Let me enjoy the legacy that they brought forth, as opposed to motherfuckers trying to ruin that legacy. You dig? Once again, this your boy live and direct at full effect out 832. Y'all already know how I do. Peace out.